Okay, children, so I was discussing this relationship where difference of two integers is an integer. Okay, so reflexive I had explained you. Now for symmetry also I think I had explained, it got disconnected. Anyways, I'll continue. If x comma y is r and if x comma y belongs to r, that means x minus y is an integer. So I was telling you negative of an integer is also an integer, so we would say y comma x is also belonging to the relation, so the relation is symmetric. Now for transitive nature, if x comma y belongs to relation would mean that x minus y would come out to be an integer. Y comma z belonging to relation, okay, this y will be repeated here. Then y minus z would also be an integer. Now if I consider difference of these two integers, okay, then that would also come out to be an integer. Okay, right? So we would conclude that x minus z would also be an integer only. Okay, these would be integers, then difference of these two integers will also be an integer. You need not show this working also if you want. Okay, in short you can just say it straight away as that if x minus y, this was integer, y minus z was integer, then that means these all are x, y, z are actually integers, so x minus z would also be an integer. Okay, we can cut that short like that. So anyways, we have said that if these two entries were there, then this entry is also in the relation, so this relation is transitive. Okay, so if it is transitive, it is an equivalence. This relation was reflexive as well as symmetric and transitive. If all three natures are satisfied by any relation, then we say it is an equivalence relation. Okay, so this example given here was an equivalence relation. Okay, now next is your fifth one. I'll take that orally because those are not really just for understanding. Okay, hardly they'll be asked practically. So let R be relation in set A of human beings. Then first relation is x comma y work at the same place. So is that reflexive? X and x work at the same place. If you're working at some place, then you are working at that very place. So it is reflexive. And these are not very logical types, but still for just for understanding. Okay, so I'm taking that orally. So x comma x would definitely belong to this relation, because if I'm working here, then I am working in the same place. Then if x and y work in the same place, then y and x also work in that place only. If interchanging these, the place will not change. So it is symmetric as well. Then transitive, x is working at Bal Vidya Mandir means y is working in Bal Vidya Mandir. Y is working in BVM would mean z is working. So x and z both are working in BVM. So that is transitive as well. Okay, so that way you can understand. Okay, next is x and y live in the same locality, comes to the same. Yeah, working at the same place, living in the same locality. If I am staying in Tali, I am staying in Tali. If I am staying in Tali means y is also staying in Tali. So if y is staying in Tali means I am also staying in Tali. Right? So likewise, it is reflexive, symmetric as well as transitive. Okay, next is that x is exactly 7 centimeters taller than y. So is that reflexive? It's not. I cannot be 7 centimeters taller than I am. Okay, so we would say this is not reflexive. Then for symmetric, if I am 7 centimeters taller than anyone, then that one cannot be again also 7 centimeters taller than me. वो मुझसे shorter हो गया. Okay, so this is not symmetric as well. Getting it? Transitive obviously नहीं होगा. If x is 7 centimeters taller than y and y is 7 centimeters taller than z, then x becomes 7 plus 7, 14 centimeters. Right? तो ये relation ना reflexive है, ना symmetric है, and ना transitive है. Get that? Okay. Now x is a wife of y. Definitely not reflexive. I cannot be wife of myself. Right? And symmetric. If x is wife of y, then y will not be wife. Y would be the husband. Okay? Under normal circumstances. Okay. And transitive. Yes, we would say this is a transitive relation, because remember एक transitivity में मैंने आपको बोला था कि उसमें आपको वो conditional है transitivity. So if I say x is wife of y, then y cannot be wife of someone else. You understand? Because we are going to take it as x would be female, y would be male. Then if y is male, then he cannot be wife to some other person. राइट तो इसमें x कॉमा वाई तो रिलेशन में आएगा, बट y कॉमा z होगा ही नहीं हमारे पास. तो जब वो होगा ही नहीं तो हम x कॉमा z चेक कर ही नहीं सकते हैं, तो हम कहेंगे कि ये रिलेशन ट्रांजिटिव है. ओके, आई हैड एक्सप्लेन्ड यू दैट अर्लियर। तो ट्रांजिटिविटी में थोड़ा कंफ्यूजन होता है, यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट कि इसमें बस आपको नेगेटिव रिजल्ट नहीं मिलना चाहिए। अगर कंडीशन ही सेटिस्फाई नहीं होती है तो हम कहते हैं वो ट्रांजिटिव है। यू गेटिंग दैट? ओके, नाउ एक्स इज अ फादर ऑफ वाई। आई कैन नॉट बी फादर ऑफ आई, क्या मतलब एनी वन कैन नॉट बी फादर ऑफ हिमसेल्फ, सो इट इज नॉट रिफ्लेक्सिव। देन इफ एक्स इज फादर ऑफ वाई, वाई कैन नॉट बी फादर ऑफ दिस फेलो, तो सिमेट्रिक भी नहीं होगा, ट्रांजिटिव नहीं होगा। ओके, एक्स इज फादर ऑफ वाई एंड वाई इज फादर ऑफ समवन एल्स। ओके, बट इसमें इसमें ऐसा नहीं है कि कंडीशन नहीं हो सकती है। इफ एक्स इज फादर ऑफ वाई, वाई कैन बी फादर ऑफ समवन एल्स, बट देन एक्स विल नॉट बी फादर ऑफ दिस पर्सन। फिर वो ग्रैंड फादर ग्रैंड सन वाला रिलेशन आ जाएगा। तो ये ट्रांजिटिव नहीं है, ये ना रिफ्लेक्सिव है, ना सिमेट्रिक है, ना ट्रांजिटिव है। Getting that? Okay, so that way you have to understand. Fine, I'll continue with rest.